Are you gonna be a speed racer or a soul rider? You know?
Speed racer.
Speed racer. Welcome back to Garage 93. It's hard to believe that the second season of Bike Builds is already upon us, but I have the perfect project to kick it off. I just got a phone call from the shipping company that my original PW50 has just arrived. This one's unique. It's not only my first motorcycle, but it's going to be my daughter's first motorcycle, and she has no idea. We can't keep it a secret fully. She's gonna help me a little bit on the way in, but we're eventually gonna close the shop doors and get this thing absolutely pristine because I'm gonna be giving it to her for her 4th birthday. Hi, I'm calling to pick up a package.
Dropping off?
I'm picking up.
Picking up? Oh, you can back in.
Tracking number 42886. How's it going?
That's our boss.
Good. I haven't seen this thing in at least 8 years.
We'll bring it down.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I got this thing when I was 2 years old. Haven't seen it in a long time and haven't ridden it in longer. Rock and roll. Pretty cool feeling. I haven't seen the thing in a long time. I mean, it looks exactly like I remember it. It's just got plenty of age on it, so it's a PW50, man. That's what dreams are made of. You wanna see it? You wanna see it? It's kinda heavy.
I got it. It's a motorcycle.
Yeah, go on it. Okay. This is when I was a kid. You're right, buddy. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. I just done it a lot. Whoa, would you look at that? This was Daddy's first motorcycle. You got it? That's Mommy and Daddy's friend, Scott. That's Scott Russell. And that logo is called the Screamin' Chief. That's a seat, and that's a seat cover, and that's a torn seat cover.
This brake, did he sit on it?
Yeah, do you want a new one?
No.
No? You're cool with that one? Are you sure? Okay. Can I go on it? I'm a little big. Is this a good fit? It's kind of just starting to sink in that this is where it all started, and I'm super thankful to have the PW back in the shop here. It took a long trip all the way from Minnesota to Los Angeles. Bringing this thing back to brand new is gonna be even better than purchasing a brand new motorcycle for my daughter, so super, super happy to have the Pee-wee in here. The stainless table is gonna make this really cool. You guys see all that muck dripping down? Is one of those washes where all of a sudden the bike is gonna get a whole lot nicer just by the wash. This is bringing back some good memories to have this thing cleaning up. The PWs were an oily bike because they're oil injected and you're filling the front with oil and you're filling the gas tank with gas. Honestly, the oil kind of did a good part in like preserving and making it pretty easy to clean. This thing cleaned up awesome. It is my P-Dub. I mean, that's crazy. It's shined up to the point where it's like, okay, I remember this thing. This was a shiny top once it departed. But the wash went well. It's time to assess the build overall, step by step, and then we're gonna start tearing this thing down. that's the beauty of the ultrasonic cleaner. If you have a scrub brush and some motivation, you can get the same result. So far, had an awesome day tearing down the PW50. Very excited to see this thing come apart and the parts get cleaned up, but I'm gonna call it a night and I'm gonna get started on the build sheet first thing in the morning. So just simple task of pulling the tires off. If you have the option, do yourself a favor, set them in the sun. Cold, hard tires difficult. If you're working in the winter and you're outside and your garage isn't heated, put them inside for a while because I have battled with cold tires and it's no fun whatsoever. Just helps things slide up and around a lot easier. So the tubes will keep as a spare, because what I try to do is when I put new wheels together, I like running new tubes just for peace of mind. Clean these up, keep them as a spare, the old tires will go in the trash. There we go. If you're using new bearings, it's no big deal, but sometimes you may or may not need to preserve the bearings you have in there. So instead of using a little punch, I'm actually gonna use something that's closer to the diameter of the bearing itself to prevent damage. And now it's time to do the motor. So on the PW, instead of a chain and sprocket, it actually is a shaft-driven system that goes to a system of gears here, and by turning this gear, that's what actually drives the rear wheel. But the one thing that's so user-friendly with the PW50 for kids, the clutch is controlled automatically by RPM. So basically at a certain point of RPM, it will engage, and that's what will drive the bike, and there's actually no gears. Everything disassembled pretty easily. Still have to address the little rod knock that we were hearing. From this point forward, it's more cleaning. Clean these parts up, give them a solid inspection, see if I need to add anything to my parts list. One of my favorite parts of the whole series is making these art motors that honestly could live standalone. So I'm just gonna mask off some of the more important parts. This is called Sure Tape P622. It's a stucco duct tape. It's a little bit thicker. You know what they say, if you can't duck it. So I found the picture-perfect match for the pink on the PW, and now I'm just gonna mix up my own Garage 93 colorway for the rest of the frame and engine parts. I am absolutely smoked, but I got through all the Cerakote colors on both the high temp, air cure, and oven cure parts. White, pink, some new colors I've never done before, and the Garage 93 mixed tungsten. Now that everything's looking pretty like this, it's the time where you can start scheming in your head how it's gonna come together. Really the portion where I start getting excited. So we have a lot of little pieces on the PW50 to take care of today. Carburetor work, gonna rebuild the forks, and the first thing I'm gonna start the morning with is tracing the panels for the graphics kit. Blown Concepts in Minnesota has done every motorcycle that I've ever built. So since you can't get a graphics kit of this nature anymore for this year bike, what I'm doing is I'm tracing the panels that I'll then scan and email to him so he can start the design work from there. This little step is called surfacing. Even though I masked portions of this for the Cerakote process, between disassembly and reassembly, I just want to make sure they have a clean surface. Replacing wheel bearings or anything that's a tight tolerance bearing surface, if you have the opportunity to toss the bearings in a freezer and heat up the wheel, most of the time it will dang near drop right in. The gas tank itself, I really want to keep this original part, the one that I spent my miles on. I had great luck restoing the plastic on the CR500, so I'm going to give another go at it with the PW. Can you say PW50?
PW50.
PW50. Okay, can you give me a hand? Can you hold it?
Yeah. Whoa, that's still sticking in my finger.
These illustrations are definitely like the first gen PW. They're pretty cute. When you go riding, be sure to be with your family. Never go alone. So getting down to the last couple days rebuilding the PW50, I've been waiting for some of these parts to come in on the build sheet. So I'm gonna open these up, start checking things off, make sure that I have what I need, because after I get the motor and drivetrain built, we get to get this thing up on wheels. This thing is beautiful. I couldn't be more happy with how it turned out. It's a whole lot cooler than it was when I had this thing 27 years ago, and I can't wait to gift it forward. We have one more big day in the shop and we'll have this thing ready to rock and roll. So in every one of these bike builds episodes, this is the day that I look forward to the most. All the parts are complete. The only thing I had to do this morning was open up the graphics and redo the seat cover. I'm gonna lay everything out, get eyes on it one last time, and we are gonna have this thing up on wheels today. So today's the day, Luna's 4th birthday. I couldn't be more stoked to pass on the baton from me to her. It's gonna be her first motorcycle, so I can't wait to see what she thinks of it. Okay, so I need you to do something for me. I need you to close your eyes. And you can't peek. You have to keep them closed. So you already peek. Keep them closed. Keep them closed. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Luna.
Wait.
Happy birthday to you.
Are you ready? Okay, I'm gonna stand you up. Keep your eyes closed. 1, 2, 3.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. That's what a PW sounds like. Now, show me the throttle. Okay, now show me the brakes. Perfect.
I'm so scared to go
Oh, no,
by
it's okay. You want mommy to be next to you? I'm gonna go get mommy ready so that we can ride together. Okay, sounds good?
Okay.
Okay. And do you want goggles? Okay.
You're gonna get a lollipop.
Okay.
Are you ready?
That was awesome. You're a motorcycle rider. She did amazing. Little assistance from the training wheels, but she was ripping up and down, and it was definitely one of the best moments of my life to see her cruising, and we had an awesome session. So little by little, progress to be made, but she had an amazing first day on the PW.
Who made you that motorcycle?
Dad.
Daddy made that motorcycle for you? You know that used to be Daddy's motorcycle?
And whose is it now?
Mine.
We don't want to do this too much more, do we?
Not really much because soon I'm going to be racing.
You're going to be racing? What makes you think that?